Well, I just did a super dumb thing. Instead of pausing you, I clicked the stop button. So there's going to be 2 videos of this. So, okay, so I have my paint pen, and this is another paint brand that I absolutely love these pens. Here, I'll bring it down a little bit so you can see in case you want to take a screenshot. And I do believe I got these on Amazon. Cannot remember how much they were, but they are a little spendy. But I use them all the time, and there's so many colors in them. But I wish I had a better lid, because the lid comes off, so I got a rubber band that I kind of rubber banded around. But anyway, here's the brown. And there's a fine tip. There's a fine tip on it. Hopefully you can see that. And then there's like a paintbrush tip on it. I like the paintbrush tip. I really haven't used the fine tip anymore. So anyway, I am going to paint this. You don't have to paint because that's going to be white. And when you paint these, now since I got a little bit of gray on there, I might have to do 2 coats. But see, it's not getting into the score lines at all. Because otherwise you'd have to take one of those, yeah, it's like you have to hold your breath when you paint right by the line. But one thing I did do, which was kind of naughty, and hopefully you'll learn from this, when I painted the gray, I got some on here and it went into the lines. So now I kind of have to go back and touch those lines up. But it really doesn't ruin the, score lines because they're still there. So there, voila! Let's see, am I letting you see it? I never can see. I got a new camera holder. I kind of like it, but I don't kind of like it. So, okay, so the chimney is done. Now, we're going to put this over here. Let's move that. And we're going to bring back, because we need to do this tree trunk, and we need to do that tree trunk. So, I'm going to get my, and we're going to, hopefully you can see that, what I'm doing here. Gonna just paint that. And I could have painted it that other brown that we used, but I didn't want it that dark. So that tree trunk is done. Set that to the side. Now we're gonna do this tree trunk. And I think those are the only, no, we got 3. Oh, there's another one. So I'm just gonna take my line across there. This one might be two coats, but maybe not. Okay, so I'm gonna put that there, and this one, I forgot, this little baby here. Get that. I sure hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas. We did. My boys came home with their wives, which was a total blessing. And we had a few grandkids here. And then I had a great grandbaby that got born the day after Christmas. So, I just can't wait to meet her. So, okay, so I think everything is painted, and oh, I got this little black here. That right there needs to be black. And where is my black pen? That's a doorknob. Hopefully you can see it there. So we're just gonna paint that. A little black circle right there. You could have done a dotter to do the dot. Okay, now we're gonna do some fine detail work on these. I'm gonna start with this because we're gonna do the white. So let's bring our white over, a little white palette here. And don't need the sponge, but we're gonna put the sponge off to the side. You know, one thing, this is like a little helpful tip. When you finish, well, this one I'm gonna throw away because it fell down in it. But when you're done with all of your painting, I always turn them off on their side, even if you wanted to use like another plate, because I can still cut these. I can cut these off, and you got all of this extra sponge. And even this little puppy, yeah, that one can get paint or cut off too. But right now we're gonna use the white. And these are my finger daubers. I'm sure you've seen me use these before. So I get them at Hobby Lobby, Amazon. I think I've gotten them at Joann's in the past, and probably Michael's too. So, but if I'm just doing like a white color, and this one will be a white, I will throw them in my water when I'm done, and then I'll wash them with a little bit of Dawn. So, okay, so you want to put your finger dauber in there, okay? Get paint on it, and then take it on your, your paper here, and then you just want to kind of go on the edge. You just want to kind of get an outline of kind of like what you're doing, because then, ooh, what is that? Oh my gosh, what is that? That's green. Well, where in the heck did that come from? Well, now I got to put some more blue there. Hopefully that'll cover it up, because that's like a pretty dark color. Ooh, I think that's going to take a couple. There. Let me see if I can get that dry real fast. I don't know, it must have been on my fingers. So, yeah, we don't want the edge to be wet because we're going to be putting the white around the edge. Kind of like a little snowy, but I do believe I have green on my finger, and that's where it went. Huh. Yeah, it was on my Band-Aid. Ah, dang Band-Aid. Okay, back to the dauber. So, but put some on there, and then just get a little bit on your dauber. Kind of get the majority of it off. You know, and you could go this way, that way, this way, that way. Then go back the other way, maybe. Set it down on the table, and then you could go that way, go like a streak. But you just kind of want it to, you don't want it to be so uniform, but you definitely don't. Okay, so if I go like that, see, you're going to see like a line right there. So you want to make sure that you kind of do it this way, that way, this way, that way. You don't want it to be a line, okay? Now we got to go back over that line. But you want it to kind of be pronounced too. Sometimes you just want a faint one. Like when I do like the burnt umber, that one I want it to be more of a, just a faint brown on it. I guess you could call this a little bit of snow on the edges. Okay, so we got that. Now, go set that over there, and we're just going to kind of do one edge on the side over here. Okay? Just one little edge, because it's kind of like the sun is shining, and you don't want to put it like on the opposite one, because then the sun would be shining this way. This way the sun is shining that way on it. So you put that up there, and then got to have a little bit of snow on top of the ribbon. And I think I want it just to be just a little bit whiter at the very top. So then I'm not going like this, I'm going more like this on it, okay? Hope you guys can see that. And then our tree edges, yeah, we have to have a little bit of tree because snow was falling, thank goodness it hasn't been falling here yet. So there's that one. And we need a little bit more on our dauber, because this was, snowing a little bit harder on this side of the woods. And say it's like, oh my gosh, I got too much snow on there. Just go back in and take your, whoopsie, this one's the right, oh yeah, that's the right color. But this is the color that I mixed, so it might not mix too hot in here. But just go back in and just kind of daub it around. Say you don't like that little chunk of snow right there. You can just go back in and daub it a little bit, okay? So now we got our browns to do. Let me get these out of the way. Or not brown, I'm sorry. The darker trees. These, I don't want a ton, but I gotta look at my camera. Yeah, I got enough. Yep. Snow always goes down, and instead of South Dakota, it always goes sideways. So in Minnesota, we used to always get some beautiful snows because it was always down. Ours goes this way because of the wind. So I always kind of dab it, then I go back, and then that gives you that other little edge that's on the side. And I might, I might even come back in and put some Snow Tech on it, because I love Snow Tech. It's getting harder and harder to find. But let's see, this one goes, shoot, I can't remember. So I'm gonna do them both because it doesn't matter. One will get covered up and one will not get covered up. I just can't remember until I put them all together. I think this one is towards the house. So this is, I don't know, I can't remember. Okay, oops, I got a line in there, don't I? So, I don't like that line, so I'm going to take my green, I'm going to dab it in there, and then I'm just going to, yep. I don't know if I have it too far down, and then I'm just going to get rid of a little bit of that. Because it's like, I just didn't like that. You see how I did that? So, there. There, now those, well, they are kind of still there, aren't they? I don't like those lines. Let me do this tip. There we go. Now we're getting rid of a little bit of them. Because then I can zap this again with a dryer. I love this blow dryer. It's, you can't even hardly hear it. The other ones are like jet engine. This is called a Heat It. Oopsie, sorry about that. A Heat It. And I got this on Amazon too. So, okay, so now I just want to put a little bit more on that edge because that's like, it's like I can still see them, but it's probably, it's probably okay, but I can still see it. And I don't like that. Okay, so we got that tree done, and we're going to do a little tiny bit around the outside of the wreath. There, that's the wreath. I think the door, we're going to really get this dry. And then we're going to just kind of do a dry brush on it. And hopefully I'm going to get, like, the snow is really, just been really snowing. And it just gets I know you've seen them in the Hallmark movies. The door looks like it has snow all over it. So, okay, there's our door. Where's my brown? And my welcome. I think I'm going to keep my welcome the way it is, and then I am going to start putting this together. Okay, we're going to start assembling. So this is the glue. I love this glue. I use this glue, and I use Stick Fast glue, whoopsie, a lot. Both of these I get off the Amazon. This one I think is the only place you can get on Amazon. If you buy this is like super glue. Get the thick. Do not get the thin for your projects. You can get thin for other projects in your house, but not for craft projects because it's just like water. This I love. It dries clear. Yeah, I just love this. But I always stick a pin in this little tip that I got. And I'll show you why let me get a, not so, because the pin, I think I need to find some stainless steel pins. Because see see how dark it is, and now it's getting lighter and lighter and lighter, and then you don't have that, that rust, because that's what it is rust from the pin. So I think I need to get some stainless steel pins and use those. But so anyway, we got to put the house on top of it first. The house and this. So we don't need that one. So we're going to run a bead of this, and I need to clean this edge out because it's not working very good. So I might go get my Type Bond, or I might just use Stick Fast for everything. Really don't like to use, it's really clogged up in there right now for some reason. Huh. Yeah, I might use Stick Fast, because this is not coming out the way I want it to come out right now, being naughty. But I did want you to see those, both of those glues. Now, the tips on these Stick Fast, they get downright just nasty. I mean, don't ever take a baby wipe to them, though. Oh my gosh. You want trouble? Yeah. And then I just kind of like do a little round circle. Yeah, baby wipe, I don't know, and this stuff, it like eats it or something. I don't know. It's just downright nasty. Okay, let me get my palettes out of the way. Okay, so we're going to put this, and you will have your score lines on it. Gosh darn, there's some more green, but that doesn't matter because it's going to get covered up right now. Now, with Stick Fast, you kind of have to work fast. I always put it down. This stuff stinks, too. Some people say wear a respirator, but, well, yeah, I don't. Okay, so, got that. I always give it a little smush too, you know, and you don't need a ton because you're going to give it a smush, and then I just kind of like, you know, yeah, go around it like that. Then this goes in this little area here, okay? Go in there. Okay, supposed to go in there. Huh, that's weird. It's almost like that got, I think I'm going to have to put something on there to hold that down until, or I might just hold it until it dries, because that sometimes, you know, wood just gets a little warped. Excuse me, gets a little warped, so you just have to hold it down until it dries. I gotta get a drink. Just getting over a nasty cold. Grandma had her grandbabies here, and I love to give snuggles and hugs and kisses, and they gave me nice gifts. Then they gave Grandpa the gift. So, yeah. Then Dad had the gift. I don't think Mom has a gift yet. So, okay, so that's down. Give it a good smush. Stick Fast, like I said, it's just like super glue. Now we're going to put our roof on it. I think that's what this would be called on an A-panel house. We have this one restaurant in Minnesota we used to go to. In fact, my son Anthony loves to go there. It's called A-Pine. And this is just what this looks like. Now, I am going to turn this way so I can make sure that this is all even. Give it a good smush all the way around there. And there. There. Now where's my, little chimney. Now, if you want to be, you know, like the edges, see how the edges have like white around them? If you want to, you could go around with one of these pens and just kind of clean your edges up, but be super careful that you don't get it on the front because it will not come off, especially on white. Trust me, I know. Had it happen. And it's kind of like right now, so there. So see it kind of, now see I got a little bite right there, but that's okay because, well, it's not really okay, but it's okay for that one. But I'm going to let that piece dry now. I'm going to put my door on. Get the door. Get some more Stick Fast. I know why they call it Stick Fast. Okay, there's the door. Then remember, there's score lines where everything goes. There's score lines, and see that one got on my Band-Aid. Okay, give it a good smoosh. Then we're going to start doing some tree placements. Here's one tree and two tree. And see how these are sliced? That's because it goes up against that right there, okay? It goes up against the roof. I shouldn't say that, but okay, so let's get that. And then it goes in that little hole right there. Well, not hole, but trunk placement. So, and then smoosh it up against the roof line. Okay, and the same thing with this one. Let's see, this one goes on the outside because the other one goes on the inside. Okay. See, I even wrote on here I didn't have to paint that part. Okay, so now this one goes right up against the edge of the house and then the edge here. Okay? You want to make sure it's not sticking over your edge, okay? Just kind of smoosh it around. There. Okay. Now we'll put the wreath on there. And then I'm going to grab these other trees and these little baby trees. And then we're going to grab this tree. This tree goes, let's see. This one goes here. No, I'm sorry. I know, I just have to think of where these trees go. Yeah, I think that one does go there. Yeah, that one goes, no, that one does not go there. What the heck? I always have to think of where these go. This one goes here. Then this one goes inside it. There it goes. There you go. Now I got it. So what I would suggest is glue this piece in first, okay, because this is going to be a placement. Get over here. So put a little bit of glue on there. I think I'm going to have to open another. Ooh, my light just went dark. Okay, so we're going to put that on there. So yeah, see, we really didn't need to do anything with that side. I'm not going to smush that down yet because I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this one. Because see, this has those and the outline, and then that goes there. So now we can do our, make sure everything is just right. And this one goes on top of that white. Okay, so we got that one tree there. Now we're going to put this tree right here. Excuse me for sniffing. Okay. This tree is going to go there. And make sure it all lines up. You know, really these kits go quite fast. And you could put so much detail into them. Because I am going to add like some snow text, and I'm going to add some glitter to the snowflakes when we put the snowflakes on it. Sometimes it's better if you like hold it up to you so you can see where you're putting your placement. Okay, now we got these little trees. There's one. And see, I'm out of the score line, so you want to make sure you get that on the score line and then right at the edge of there. You know, you can use super glue on these too. You can use Eileen's Type Bond. I like that, Eileen's Type Bond. Okay, so got that. Now we're going to slap a little bit of glue on here. And make sure you got your placements good. Yep, looks good. Nothing sticking out over the edge. Okay. Tilt it up. Make sure, yeah, see this was just a little bit over to the side. And I should be wearing my glasses because that's just not, there you go. And sometimes when you smush it, see I smushed it, now there's a little bit of, let's see where I'm at. See, there's a little bit of the brown showing from the underside of this part. So I got to work fast because you're using stick fast. If you were like using the Eileen's glue, you know, you have a little bit of time. But this stick fast, see, it's already starting to get on there now. Okay, so that's good there. Okay, now we got our little bow. You know, I sometimes clean up my edges. Now I'm going to clean up the outside edge on here. Just because I want this to look nice. But on these little pieces, I very seldom clean them up. Just because I've never had anybody come up and say, oh my gosh, your edges aren't cleaned. And you know, it's kind of a pain in the butt to do the small pieces. So, okay, so now we got our wording. And these, if you put these on your tape pieces, make sure, sometimes it's even better to go ahead and take the tape off, okay? I'll show you. And then you can kind of like peel them better. Because sometimes if you take them off the tape, you know, like this is on the cardboard, you take them off like that, you might split these edges, especially on super fine pieces. So, yeah, be careful. Okay, so we're going to go around here. Tried to do this kind of fast. Now, you have your score lines on here, so just make sure you get on your, I always start like on one edge, put it down, and then kind of put it where the other edge is. And I don't push it down until I look to make sure I have my score lines covered up, okay? And then I just kind of push it. Now, did you see that just move? So now I'm going to lift it up again, and the score marks are good. So now we're going to do our winter. And these peel off pretty easy. I just kind of pop them off like that. Okay, another one down. Okay, these I'm just going to kind of like, because I can see my winter in here a little bit. If I had my glasses on, I could probably see better. In fact, I'm going to put my glasses on because I just went out of the line, which is like really stupid of me. And, okay, there. Got to get the old handy-dandy glasses. So I got the W, and I'm going to put that on there, and I don't want any score lines, you know, touching. Now, I tell you, on this stick fast stuff, I always spray every project I make with a semi-gloss spray. And the reason that is if you have some of, well, I mean, you can't wash this, you know. If you did not put a clear coat on it, you could not wash it because this is paint. And you know, especially like on the reds and the blacks, it will, it'll come off eventually, you know, so, and things get dusty. Trust me, my house gets super dusty. Well, look at that. There's more of that. Gosh darn it. I'm going to have to go get a white. Okay, I'm going to use one of my white ones because I must have had a lot of green on my Band-Aid. So, and they have a beautiful white in this one too. I don't need the big one, but I see like a little piece of fuzz on there. So I'm just going to touch that up with white. And if, I'm going to give you a hint here. If you go like this when you're touching it up, you don't get as much paint on there. But if you kind of like dab it, you get more paint. I must have super glue on the table here, there. So, just a little bit helps. Okay, so what else do we got? We got the doors, and okay, so we got the door. Now, on this, the door, you know what I did? Oh my gosh, isn't that absolutely crazy? I put the door upside down, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get that off. I do not think I'm going to be able to get that off. Oh my gosh, no, there is no way I am going to get that off. Is it? You know, I kept looking at that door, and I thought, that kind of looks different. Hang on just a second. Okay, I'm back. I got the door off, but see how it took off some of the backside of the woods? I used my prier, and I cannot say this enough. If you're prying something, don't ever pry this way, because you miss, and that'll go slice it right to your finger. Just push pressure here and go that way, okay? Then, yeah, it's just like, but this stuff sticks so good. So hopefully I can get this on. Don't do that mistake. This is the bottom of the door, and this is the top of the door. Yeah, and I don't think, I'm going to have to work with that one. And I think I'm going to have to sand this off. So I'll be back after I get that done. So I got my straight edge razor, and I'm kind of having to shave it down I wish I had one of those that had the end on it, because this puppy is sharp. But yeah, remember, Miss Kitty, excuse me. Come on, come on, go over there. She wanted to get in the picture too. But yeah, just, I think I'm gonna have to find one of those razors, because this is like killing my finger. I'll be back. Okay, I found another straight razor. This one has the edge, and this one's gonna be super sharp because it's brand spanking new. So I'm just gonna kind of like slide that through there. But I'm getting the outside. See, we are human too. We just, you know, everybody makes mistakes. There's only one perfect person. So, but you just want to get the most of that off of there. And I think when I put this back on here, I think I'm going to put some, of course I'm going to have to clean that up there, but I am going to put some, like a texture underneath this, because I don't want it to be all icky underneath it. So I'm going to get this smoothed out, and then I'm going to find, there. Yeah, I'm going to find my sanding paper, and this is kind of hard to do. So just make sure you get that door on right. That goes on the bottom, that goes on the top. I'll be back. Okay, getting ready to glue the door on again. Now I was gonna go that way, and you know, I kept looking at that door, and it's like I knew the doorknob was on that side, and it's like, what the heck? Why does that look different? Well, yeah, I know why it looks different, because now I am going to hold this on here because some of that wood came up in the center. So I'm just going to put a little pressure on there. And because these are the window panes here, and then these are the bottom of the door. So I'm going to put just a little bit in there, a little bit in there, because so I know it looks ugly in there, but you won't even see that once I get the window panes in there. So we got that one, that one, that one, and that one. Now these I am going to get, because there's, this is gonna, you guys have to really watch this, because there's one that fits on one side and one that fits on that side. And when you get that stick fast in there, because I don't think that is the one you want on that side. No, that one is two. Then I'm going to take my handy dandy little thing and pop it up. I haven't put the glue in there yet. I just wanted to get placement of whose was whose. But you got to watch out, because you might have some stick fast in there. And it's like, have you ever had a project that is just like, what the heck? So that one goes on this side. Okay. So put that one in there. Put that one in there. And that's the door bottom, believe it or not. There. Okay, so on the top, I do believe both of these on the top do good. Oopsie, what's I got going on there? What is that? I gotta touch that up. Got a little piece that is goofy. So we'll put that one in there, that one in there, and where's the other black one? Here it is. That one goes in there, and that one goes in there. Put the lid on that, and now we just got some snowflakes to hang around. And on the snowflakes, I am, what the hey, I'm just going to put a little bit of dot here and there, and we'll put a snowflake there, and put a snowflake right in there, And we're gonna put a snowflake down here on the bottom here. There. And you know what? That is it. But I am gonna put some snow text on up here, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I am gonna speckle it first before I put the snow text on it. You can put the snow text on, you don't have to put the snow text on, but I'm gonna get my white out and put a little bit on there. Don't need a lot. I'm gonna wipe that off my Band-Aid so I don't get white everywhere again. So you have like two different ways. You can wet it down a little bit, or you can just, you know, do it the way right here. I like to wet it down, just my paintbrush down, just a, I just put just a smidgen. Then I just, can you guys see? Yeah. Then I just kind of like smoosh it in there, okay? Then before I do it on my project, okay? Before I do it on my project, I kind of do a spray over here to get like, otherwise you might get big globs. And see, it's just kind of like a fine mist. There's a Miss Kitty here. What the hey? Now, say if I wanted a little bit more down here, just go closer. Just go closer up there. Yeah. Ooh, big snowstorm there. So there, that's all I want. Well, maybe a little bit more on that tree. Then make sure you always put your paintbrush back in your water. Otherwise it'll dry out. That's been used so many times. So now on my snow text, since this is the snow text I usually use, as you can see, the cupboard is dry. I was just in Bismarck and I didn't get any. But I do have this stuff. And this is awesome. This is so lightweight. It's unbelievable. But I'm going to put that over here to the edge before I open it up. Ugh. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have, oh, Miss Kitty, come on, get over there, get over there. She always thinks she has to be right beside me. She always sits in the chair behind me. So we have that. I'm going to put that over to the edge. I'm going to bring my project back down here. And I'm just going to put some at the edge up at the top. Here, let me get that out of the way. So since I don't have any snow text, this works just as fine. So see, oh gosh, if you only knew how light this was. Hopefully you can see this good. I am going to go over the edge and just you kind of like smear it on and then put it down. And this will dry on it. I never put any glue in this or white paint or anything. And I do this before I spray it because, isn't that cute? Then that just add a little bit of extra. And you could put some down on, you know, your, I got too much on there. And then you could switch like to a smaller brush if you want to. Don't use your best brushes on this, okay? Just use some brushes that, you know, just in case you forget to put them in the water to wash them off, you get busy, get called to school or something like that. Don't use your best brushes, okay? So it just adds a little bit to it, okay? You could put a little, you could put a lot, whatever you want to do. It's your project. And I'm going to put some right in this crevice here because that's where a lot of snow accumulates. Now, us up in the North Country, we know where snow accumulates. It doesn't accumulate here. It accumulates on the branches. But now, like my sister in Texas, she would not know where it accumulated at. But you don't want to like smoosh it on there. You want it to kind of like be bumpy and have little clumps here and there. Okay, so I'm going to continue to put this on here. Miss Kitty is coming on the table again. Hey, isn't it nap time? Hey, come on, get out of the way. Get out of the way. And I'll be back again. Okay, so I think I got all of it on that I kind of want. You don't want to add too much, but Now, I was telling you that I put this on before I spray it with my semi-gloss clear spray. And really, you can buy any kind of spray that's clear. It's all good. Just make sure it's an indoor, outdoor, spray. So, put my lid on. Make sure that lid crunches. And I'm going to show you the can again. And see, it didn't crunch on that side. Make sure it always pops down. Otherwise, it'll dry out. Okay, take a screenshot of that. Lightweight spackling. You can get like little ones or you can get like a gallon ones. I don't need the gallon ones. Check your local hardware stores. I know Harriet Lumber used to carry it. But this is really good too. This has more like bumps and lumps in it. Let me see if I can get any out of it at all. Don't want to get my picture. But yeah, see, this has more like little clumps in it. And this works really good too. But yeah, I forgot to buy some. But I like the spackling too. I mean, I think it does a really good job. So, and I'm not going to put the bows on it yet. But, okay, something I always do after I spray it. I could put this glitter on it. Let me get up here so I can see. I could put this glitter on it now, but I'm just going to put it on the snowflakes here. But if let me just dab some on here. It goes on white, but it dries 100% clear. If you could use a paintbrush or you could use a sponge, but if I was to put it on here, which I'm doing, if I was to put it on here, after I spray it with the semi-gloss, it would not be iridescent like that. Let's see if you can see the sparkliness to it. Probably not because it's not dry, but it does sparkle super good. I always use this after I have sprayed my project, okay? And then I come back and I'll do all of the snowflakes. And then I will even do well, this is wet still, so it's not sticky. I shouldn't have done that, but that's okay. But I do my little snows after you spray it with your clear spray. Then they glisten. So remember the thing, it says treetops glisten. So there's your project, one of your projects for the Winter Wonderland. I always put this back in because this stuff is not cheap, but it goes a long, long way. So, okay, guys, make sure you send me pictures of when you're finished. Have a great day.